Hello everyone, my name is Ilya, and today I will be reviewing this instant print digital camera from Polaroid. This is the Z2300 version. As you can see, I have the camera right here, and this is all the stuff that came with the camera, excluding the boxes. I'm going to turn the camera on by pressing this top button right here, and I'm just going to print one of the pictures that I have because I think a lot of the people will want to see it print. And then I'll talk about all the stuff right here while it's printing. So to print, you go to the image. This is just an image that I took outside of my house. Let me make sure you can focus on that. Alright, there you go. So let me put it down. You press this green button. And I already inserted the cartridges for printing in here. So I did not have to go through that process. I'll explain it more later. And let's print one image. So I'll press OK. And then I will select print, and it's going to print it. So let me talk about all the items right here while it's printing, because the printing process takes around 40 seconds, sometimes a little less, sometimes more. So these three things right here, these are different sockets, wall sockets for charging the camera. Let me see. So you can see there's three of these right here. I'm not sure if it's focusing on it. It is not focusing. Interesting. Alright, and then this is the main charger, and you can take these out and you can put these into the main charger just like that. And there you go. It printed the picture. It's quite. Let me show it to you guys. There you go. There's a little bit of glare, but you can see the image. The colors themselves are. The image looks honestly pretty good. The colors themselves are a tiny bit washed out, but the image is very, very good, and that was a probably 30-second print job. As you can see, there's a background for the papers that you print on. The camera comes with, let me just exit over here so I don't print anything else. This camera comes with 10 of these little papers that you can use for printing, and for the setup, you open up the little baggie, and this will be on the bottom of it. And this, you have to stick this into the camera facing downwards. And when the camera first launches, it checks to see if this thing's inserted. And then it calibrates using these bars, I'm assuming. So it will this thing will come out of the bottom here. And when it comes out, you know that the camera's ready. You only have to do that once, I believe, every time you insert these things. So that's good. Or maybe once in the camera's lifetime. I don't really have that much experience with the cameras of yet. There's a little cable right here to connect the camera to the computer, and there's a little wrist strap that I have not used yet. So let's talk about the camera right now. And there it is. As you can see, it's a picture-in-picture, which is a little bit strange. So what should I talk about? Let me think. First of all, I will talk about how much video and pictures the camera can hold. As you can see, I have 1,800 right here, but that is because I actually inserted a micro SD into this micro SD slot, a 4GB micro SD card. By itself, the camera was able to hold, I believe, around 7 pictures and around 5 seconds of video. This camera also shoots video in 720p, right here, HD video, and I can shoot around 23 minutes of that, as you can see right here. I'm sorry about the glare, but I did my best to get rid of it, but it's obviously still there. The camera, this little switch right here, lets you switch between photo mode, camera mode, and viewing the pictures that you took mode. So here are the pictures that I took. You can change this scene. So there's automatic, there's landscape, portrait, etc., natural green. Let's go to auto, and the camera automatically adjusts. And then you can switch, there's a little switch on this side right here between landscape and portrait focus, or landscape and macro image focus. So you can focus, you can either have a far off focus or a close-up focus. You can't adjust your focus with any of these dials. That's not how this camera works. There's a zoom feature, but the zoom is digital, so the picture quality gets really bad, so I just recommend shooting without the zoom if you can. What else? USB, this is the charger area. This is what the camera looks like from the front, if you guys are wondering. Alright, There's a speaker on top of the camera, and this is the shooting button. The camera automatically focuses like the level that it's focused on. It automatically does that. So by pressing this button, you just automatically take a picture. So let me just show you guys. For some cameras, if you hold down this button, it takes some time and thinks about stuff and lets you focus. But for this camera, it's just one press and it takes the picture. This lets you change how the screen looks, so you can add on some stuff or you can remove all of the things. Let me think. This is the timer. Obviously, this is the flash, and I have the flash off. This allows you to get rid of images, and this lets you print. This is where the images actually come out. They are, I believe, 2 by 3 images. So let me just get a ruler right here and measure it in front of you guys. So there's the inches. If only this would focus. There you go. So this is 3, and this is 2. So it prints out 2 by 3 images, which is what it says it does. Overall, I like the build quality of this camera. It feels pretty sturdy when I'm going around. I'm actually probably considering just making this my camera that I take out other places, because the image quality isn't that bad, and being able to print the images right away is a really big plus, honestly. One big plus that I can see one way that I can see this camera being used for, let me just set this down, is for if you need let's say a passport photo really quickly or something like that, and you have to print it out right now and you don't have a way to print it, or if you're somewhere, let's say you're on a trip somewhere in the wilderness and you decide that, oh, I really want to print this photo, you don't have to wait until you get back and decide that you want to print this photo. You can print that photo right away, which is cool. I'm kind of sad that this only comes with 10 of these little printy things. Let me show you what they look like. Let me give you a close-up. So this is the front, is just kind of shiny paper, and then on the back they have the zinc Zero Ink logo. Overall, it's pretty easy to operate. The screen quality isn't the highest, but it does the job. It looks pretty good, honestly. Right now it looks better because there's no glare from the sun. Let me show you what else. There's a menu. You can set the size of the images, ISO. You can change up the color, things like that. Sharpness, fine blur. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, you can change the capture mode, so you can be continuous, AB, album shot, or burst. So if you do a continuous mode, let me just do that really quickly. Show you guys how this works. And there's my finger in the picture. Okay. I'm not exactly sure how many images that took. So let's see, 1838. Okay, 1836. So continuous mode really isn't that fast. Let's check out burst shot really quickly. You can turn off the sound, by the way, if you find the sound annoying. Pre-shot, couple shot, burst. So let's try the burst mode really quickly. Alright, so it's not the fastest, but it does the job. As you can see, I took 3 photos, so probably 2 photos a second, that would be my assumption. Overall, I'm liking this camera. I think the build quality is definitely very high. Really cool feature that you can print it. It doesn't really require ink. All you need is a paper. You can find the paper on Amazon. I'm not exactly sure of the cost. I think it's $20 for 30 images or something like that. I haven't checked yet. But either way, I really like this camera. I think it's really cool. So that's it for today's review.